Right, so hi, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are
Doing great. I'm doing great. How did our paths just cross right now? How did we meet?
you? Very randomly, actually. I was on my way to the nail salon
Hmm.
and you approached me about your YouTube channel.
Okay, and what's the content we're going to be talking about today?
Feet,
Uh-huh.
mental health, and I forgot the last
Reflexology.
part. Reflexology.
And what did you ask me when I told you I said it's about feet, mental health? You said what to me?
The feet stuck out to me,
Yeah.
so I asked you about it.
You're like, what does it have to do with each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I told you I was like, I'll show you throughout the interview, right? Okay, cool. So let's pop into first of all, is there anything you know about mental health in terms of any subjects you follow, anything you research?
Well, I'm not very instructed on the topic, but
Okay.
I think I know the basics.
You know the basics. Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk to you today about something that I learned about during like the quarantine, and then I'm going to share that information with you, and maybe it might be helpful to you in your everyday life. In terms of reflexology, do you know anything about it?
Nope.
Okay, so that'll be some more information I can give to you. Okay, so let's pop right into the questions. What's something that you like that other people might find to be weird, and it can be a hobby that you have or something like that?
I would say being by myself.
Okay.
I really enjoy my own company sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't even want to speak to other people, and
Oh, really?
I guess people would find that kind of odd,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know, it just makes me feel peaceful sometimes just being in my own thoughts.
So this is big for you because you're coming out of your comfort zone. You're doing an interview with me, first of all. I'm a stranger. And then this is going to go on YouTube, so real big. You're coming out of your comfort zone.
Kind of it.
Okay. Has anyone ever made you feel insecure about your body or a certain body part?
I think all girls have at one point in their life felt some kind of way
Okay.
about something.
Okay. Absolutely. Is this something you're still dealing with, or have you pretty much learned how to go past that?
I would say a bit of both. You gotta learn to live with whatever you have and however you look,
Mhm.
because this is the only body you have, the only
Yeah.
mind you have, and if you don't appreciate it, it's the only one you're gonna have regardless. So you
Absolutely.
gotta learn to appreciate it.
Very well said. I like that. I like that. If there was one thing you could change about yourself, right? And it doesn't have to be physical, but just anything in general, what would it be?
Maybe be more outgoing, a little less
Mhm.
of a procrastinator.
Okay.
I know we all like to procrastinate, but
Yeah.
I feel like if I was a bit more on the go, I would be a
So better at making snap decisions and getting
Yeah.
stuff done. Okay. Cool. All right. How do you feel about your feet? What are your thoughts?
My feet?
Yeah.
I think they're feet.
Okay.
I
But
don't
but
have
do you
any-
like them? You don't like them? You don't really care? Like
I
what's
don't really care. I like them. They're fine.
Okay.
to
So
me.
they're fine to you. Okay. Have you ever received any compliments on your feet before?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say.
Okay. From men, women,
From friends.
from friends?
Yeah, female friends. Yeah.
Okay. How would you feel like if a man gave you a compliment about that? Like if he said, "Hey, you have nice feet." He saw you in passing and he said that to you. What would your thoughts be? Like, how would you feel?
It would be very random, but I would say thank you and that's it.
Okay. Well, because compliments are designed to make people feel better, right? It's designed for a positive thing, right?
Yeah.
How would you feel if a woman gave you that same compliment?
Better than if I get a compliment for a random man. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so let me ask you a question. So I interviewed someone before, okay, and she told me that a lot of times women are taught, like from a young age, to kind of hate on other girls and dislike them. So when you receive a compliment from a woman, it's received better because it seems more sincere, as opposed to guys who go around giving compliments, almost like almost like they're coins, right? They just giving it away, like, but they're expecting something in return from it, right?
Or maybe they don't even mean it. They're just saying
Yeah,
it to say it.
yeah.
If a girl comes out of her way to tell another girl something,
Yeah.
I would take it more. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How would you feel? What are your thoughts on if you started dating someone who was into feet? Like, would you be for that, or you would be like, nah, I'm good?
Into feet, what do you
Like
what does
somebody
that entail?
who likes your feet. Like, let's say you started dating somebody and they're like, hey, I like your feet. They want to give you like a foot massage, rub on your feet, kiss on your feet, things like that. What would your thoughts be? Are you okay with that, or you're not?
I don't know. I've
Okay.
never had to go through that.
So you don't know how you would feel until you
I
go
don't
through
know,
it.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So here's one to follow up that. If you started dating someone, when do you think they should tell you that they have any type of fetishes or anything like that? Like, should it be early on? Should it be like when you start dating, you're going out? Or like when you become official? When do you think? Somewhere in between?
Somewhere in between getting to know each other and starting dating.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So how often do you get pedicures? Because you said you were on your way to get one right now. How
Yes,
often do you?
How often?
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know, every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks?
Because I usually just do it myself. Sometimes I just like to come to the salon.
Oh, okay. So sometimes you do self-care, sometimes you come and get it done.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How often do you wear like open-toed shoes, flip-flops, sandals, things like that?
Almost never. I'm always in sneakers.
Really?
I'm a sneakerhead kind of.
Oh, okay. So you're a sneakerhead, that's
Yeah.
why. Okay. Is it more comfort or is it like, does it make you feel better about wearing sneakers, or what's the thought process there? You just like the style, or?
I like the style.
Okay, cool. How often do you go barefoot?
Barefoot?
Yeah.
I'm always barefoot at home.
Okay, so when you're at home, you're pretty much barefoot. Okay. All right, and so now, can we see what your feet look like up close?
Nope.
Okay. Now, what's the reasoning?
I was on my way to get a pedicure, and
So-
they're not looking their best right now.
So are you feeling insecure about the fact that this is going on YouTube and you don't want people to see your feet like that?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
want it to be shown when it's not at its
This
best.
is perfect because let me throw in the mental health aspect, okay? Have you ever heard of DBT before? Okay. It's called dialectical behavioral therapy, okay? And so basically what they do is for people who have anxiety, they deal with depression, things like that. Let's say you have a fear of approaching strangers, for an example, right? What they try to teach you to do is to constantly go out, right? Put yourself in that situation over and over again, right? With the idea being when you're in that situation, right? In that moment, you ask yourself, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? What's the worst that could happen from that situation? And if there's not a threat to your life or to your safety, you should proceed, because by proceeding, you could experience like good events and pleasurable moments, right? So now that we're in this moment, right? I'm challenging you. This is why I do this impromptu, to see, can you be comfortable, or is it too much of a stretch for you to like be comfortable? Because what's the worst that's going to happen from this? You said your toes are not done or whatever like that, but what's the worst that's going to happen from that? Okay.
It's just personal.
Okay. So it's a personal preference in terms of you just feel more comfortable,
Yeah.
like with them being done.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a no on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's jump into the reflexology portion, okay? Reflexology is the study of the different pressure points we have in our hands and feet, okay? So these pressure points correlate back to different parts of our body, right? So through massage, acupuncture, things like that, you can alleviate stress and tension, right? So do you ever deal with migraines? You ever have like headaches, things like that? Not really? You ever like, you work out?
Barely. I used to
Okay.
in high
So
school.
let's say that you were working out, right? And you had a shoulder strain, right? There's a portion of your foot that you can massage that will like alleviate some of that tension that you're feeling, right? So they're called zones. There's different like zones for every part that goes back to another part of our body. What are your thoughts about that?
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Okay. Would that be something like in the future you would like maybe test out to do if you were having problems or something like that?
If I was, maybe,
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. They even have, I don't know if you ever heard this, but they have what's called grounding shoes. You ever heard of grounding before?
Grounding shoes? I've heard of grounding, like
Yeah.
walking on grass or
Yeah.
sand. I've heard of
It's supposed to make you feel the energy from the earth and things like that. They have shoes that have grounding pegs in them that are sandals.
Really?
Yeah, so it helps you feel that energy that as if you were almost barefoot. Yeah, I got that information from a lady that I interviewed. Like, she was like my 6th interview, because she like told me about that. So
Nice.
yeah, absolutely. So in terms of like my approach to you, what did you think about it? Like, was it good? Was it bad? Can I improve on it?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Okay.
You weren't just randomly coming up to me. You explained yourself and you told me what you wanted to do, what it was for, all your questions. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. And then in terms of the interview, now earlier on you said you didn't know how everything correlated, right? Did it make sense at the end? Could you see like where I was going from start to finish? I asked you these questions and then I get to the point to where I'm challenging you to see how comfortable you are. Did you see all that?
Sure.
Okay. Did you learn anything new?
I learned about the pressure points and the grounding shoes.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. What about the DBT? Did you learn anything? The dialectical behavioral therapy? But I was telling you about this. So it's called living in the moment, right? So like that's why I was challenging you when you was like, oh, my toes are not done.
Yeah.
But like seeing if you could still live in the moment without worrying about, because sometimes we outthink ourselves out of situations. We're like, well, you know, my toes are not done, and
True,
you know,
I'm the biggest overthinker, so and
Yeah.
I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I don't like to do things when I know it's not gonna be how I want it.
Yeah.
That's
But don't you?
my problem.
Do you ever feel though that sometimes that hinders you in some way?
It does most of the time, yeah.
Okay, so then now we're in this situation. Now, and this is because this is good because I interviewed somebody earlier this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was doing something with her life coach. She deals with confidence issues. She doesn't have confidence, right? I approached her and at first she was like, nah, she didn't want to do the interview and everything like that. And I told her what my channel was about. I started talking to her about it. And then all of a sudden it was like a light bulb went on and she was like, wait a minute, my life coach said I need to work on my self-confidence this week, right? And she was like, this is the perfect, it's like you're manifesting into my life right now to like, for me to see if I can challenge myself to feel comfortable, because I don't feel comfortable. Can I feel comfortable? Can I just go through it and just have confidence that I'm okay? So now with you said, like, man, I sometimes hinder myself because, so I'm challenging you right now.
No, not again.
And this situation, I'll tell you what about 1 foot?
No.
No? So you can't do it at all?
I
Okay.
know.
All right, it's all good. Last thing I always ask people in terms of a mental health aspect, advice that you may have learned, like things that you learned, life lessons, something you can give to my channel, to people, like what would you say?
One life lesson. Let me think about this.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I would say not to stress about anything that's not gonna matter
Okay.
in I don't know when.
Okay.
Because, like I said previously, you only have one life, one body.
Absolutely.
So you just gotta think positively sometimes. Whatever
Absolutely.
doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
you shouldn't let it get to you or hinder
Yeah.
your future, I guess.
Exactly. All right.
I don't know if I said that well.
No,
Yeah.
it sounded great. It sounded great. Thank you so much for like taking the time to speak with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great one. Okay.
Thank you.